WHO says about 1 out of every 5 women will come down with fibroid issues after the age of 25. My name is Pastor Rilebdun, and I'm here to share my testimonial about how I overcame fibroid.
Fibroids are tumors that grow from the muscle layers of the womb. They're mostly non-cancerous. The growth of smooth muscle can vary from the size of a bean to being as large as a melon. This is a rubbery mass of tissue that arises out of a muscular portion of your uterus. Fibroids are most common during the reproductive years of the female's life, and more than 100,000 cases are reported per year in Nigeria. Sometimes these tumors become quite large, which causes severe abdominal pain and heavy periods, while in other cases they cause no signs or symptoms at all. The growths are typically benign, otherwise non-cancerous. However, in about 25% of women, fibroids cause symptoms such as prolonged or heavy menstrual bleeding, pelvic pressure or pain, and in rare cases, no symptoms at all. Fibroids may be tiny and described as seedlings, or grow large enough to alter the shape and size of your uterus, and they can be classified by the location and direction of growth in and around the uterine area. Submucosal fibroids grow just underneath the uterine lining and can protrude into the uterine cavity. Intramural fibroids grow within the uterine wall. Subserosal fibroids project outward and grow on the outer wall of the uterus. Pedunculated fibroids grow on stems attached to either the inside or outside wall of the uterus. There are vital information and facts about fibroid most women are not aware of. All women of childbearing age stand the risk and are susceptible to fibroid growth. It requires a medical diagnosis to ascertain the position of growth in the uterus. Your fibroids may or may not cause symptoms. Experts still don't know what causes fibroids. Fibroids can be very chronic and last for many years or be lifelong. Fibroid growth patterns can vary greatly, grow very slowly, enlarge rapidly, or remain the same size for years. Fibroids are treatable. A hysterectomy is not the only option of treating fibroid causes of uterine fibroid, though the cause of uterine fibroid is still unknown. However, several risk factors have been identified, explaining why some women are more likely than others to develop uterine fibroids. Hereditary and family history. African American women and women whose mothers had fibroids are much more likely to develop them themselves. Age. Premenopausal women are more prone to developing fibroids. A poor diet, including excessive red meat and fatty foods, obesity, vitamin D deficiency, early menarche, alcohol consumption. But the great news is that there are natural ways to shrink fibroids, which will be shown to you, and we've had numerous testimonies of the effect of these supplements, and we have one of them with us today, Mrs. Orie, as she walks us through her journey with fibroids and how she was able to overcome with natural supplements.
About 8 years ago, I was having terrible issues with my monthly flow and all that. I went to the hospital because I got so worried. So I was slated for surgery. I was diagnosed with fibroid. And fortunately, just before the surgery, I came across this beautiful lady who talked to me about a supplement that, Madam, if you could just be a little bit patient for maybe a few months, you might end up not going for the surgery. And I was like, wow, is this for real? That would really mean a miracle, because as at that point, I was always having terrible pains and I was always afraid when it was coming to my monthly cycle. I said, okay, let me give it a try, even though I was having terrible pains at that time. She said I needed to go for a scan to determine the size of the fibroid. And I went for the scan, and the scan results said it was grossly massive. So I was even scared. If this thing is grossly massive, how long is it going to take to dissolve with your supplement you're talking about? She said, just have a bit of patience. And that was how I started the product. I was taking the supplement so religiously. I was so committed to it. I continued. And then I discovered that after 3 months, I wasn't having those pains, those excruciating pains I used to have during my cycle anymore. I wasn't having those heavy flows anymore. Another 6 months, I went back for another scan, and my doctor was totally amazed because he had been waiting for me to come and do the surgery. He asked me, what did you do? I told him, a wonderful lady introduced me to this awesome supplement, and that was how I started using it. And the man was totally amazed. As at that time, the size of the fibroid had reduced. Even right there in the clinic, so many women who have the same issues have been using the products and they are coming out so clean. 8 years later, I'm totally free of fibroid. I don't have heavy flows anymore. My monthly cycles are so comfortable. Sometimes I don't even have a sign that this thing is coming. I just see the flow.
Natural ways to shrink fibroids. Regulate your diet. One of the most important changes is to reduce or eliminate red meat and processed foods from your diet.
And I want to encourage you. A lot of people don't even know that our lifestyles are not encouraging. It exposes a lot of people to fibroid. Women taking milk after the age of 30, red meat. It's like a feed for fibroid.
Reduce stress. Easy enough to say, but life throws us curves. But we need to find a way to maintain balanced hormone levels by reducing stressors. Supplements help a great deal and has been proven to be the best alternative to surgery in shrinking these benign growth known as fibroid.
I just want to testify that the products really work. They are so efficient, they are super effective.
Fibroids were one of the leading reasons for performing hysterectomies. Advances in medical technology and treatment techniques now allow us to choose less drastic measures for treating these benign growths these days. We may recommend medications that manipulate your hormones enough to control excessive bleeding due to the fibroids. These medications can shrink your fibroids but won't eliminate them. If fibroids are interfering with your ability to become pregnant or maintaining a pregnancy, we can consider surgical removal of the fibroids while leaving your uterus and other reproductive organs intact. This type of surgery can often be done laparoscopically, which requires just a few small incisions and offers a faster healing time than traditional open surgery.
If you've been having these menstrual cramps or heavy flows, you need to go get yourself checked up. Go and do a scan. Don't just assume it's just menstrual cramp. Be sure that you are fibroid free.
At T-Squared, we care for all aspects of your health, including diagnosis and treatment of uterine fibroids. Call 0808-0125-102 or 080333-21104 or click tsquared.com.ng to set up an appointment today.
And you'll be glad you did.